Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, February the 3rd. It is the optional memorial of Saint Blaise, Bishop and Martyr. We're all familiar with this saint and martyr, I should say, because of the blessing of throats. Every time, right before his actual feast on that weekend, parishes throughout the United States bless throats. And it's a custom that we do because of this saintly bishop and martyr. He came to the aid of a mother whose son had a fishbone lodged in his throat. And so what happened was the bishop went over to the little boy, prayed with the boy, and dislodged the little fishbone in his throat. Well, the mother was put to ease at that. And his fame spread through that town like wildfire. Everyone began to go to Bishop Blaise, thanking him, praying for him, and really appreciating his shepherding that town and taking care of his people. And so it became so far and wide, his fame, that the custom of blessing of throats was attributed to him. So he's the patron saint of throats or diseases of the throat or ailments of the throat. It's Saint Blaise that we really go to, and we ask for his intercession. And let me tell you, he really is very powerful, like all the saints are, very powerful in hearing our prayers. So you might wonder why we use blessed candles, right? Well, you probably already know the answer. The day before is the presentation of the Lord in the temple, and that's the day in which the church blesses all candles. All the candles that we have in our stock room, all the candle that our sacristan orders and makes sure that we're in supply. Now, it's the candles that's used for liturgical use. In other words, we don't bless other candles. You know the candles that you buy? They're the $5 candles. They come in a glass container and they're on the side by the piano. Well, I don't bless them because we can't sell, we're not allowed to sell any blessed items. You know that, right? That's called simony. Simony is the blessing or the buying or selling of blessed objects. No way, we're not allowed to do that. So if you want to purchase, and we don't even say purchase, we say donation. I know we have to be very careful because it's all these things are donations. So the donation for the candle is $5. The donation, and you take that candle, and the donation for the little candle in church is $1, right in church itself, and it's burning right in the presence of the Blessed Sacrament, right by St. Therese or by St. Padre Pio. That's $1. The other candles are $5, and you take them home. But we don't bless things that you purchase or leave for a donation, because that's just simony. Like we don't say, oh, these are blessed roses from the Pope, or blessed rosaries from the Pope. Do you want a rose? Do you want a rosary? Do you want a statue? These statues were blessed by the Pope. Well, they used to do that. And that's called simony. And the church is completely against selling items that are blessed. So I just want to tell you about those things. So yesterday was the presentation of the Lord in the temple. So we blessed all our candles, our candle stock. So Miss Peggy, she's our head sacristan. I'm sure you all know that, right? So a sacristan takes care of the sacristy and all liturgical services. She prepares everything. She gets everything ready for the priest. She assists the priest and the deacon in their roles and has everything prepared and ready, whether that be weekday Mass, whether that be Sunday Mass, whether that be weddings, whether that be funerals, whether that be baptisms, whether that be Holy Week, whether that be Christmas, etc., etc., etc. She'll make sure everything is ready, everything is put out, and then the priest will look over things and we're ready to go. So we rely on sacristans, right? And Peggy has a group, well, right now, not now because of COVID, but Peggy has a group of people called weekend sacristans. They're high school kids that she trains and that they take care of things. And we enjoy the weekend sacristans, these high school kids, because they assist the head sacristan. Because it gets to be a lot after a while. I mean, Peggy's been doing this since COVID, it's almost a year. In March, which is maybe a few more weeks, we're going to be celebrating 1 year with COVID. I don't think that's a celebration, but I mean 1 year that we've been going through this. So yesterday we had the presentation of the Lord, and so Father Keen celebrated yesterday, but I make sure that all those candles in the sacristy and all those candles in our stock room are blessed. So when Peggy puts them out, they're already blessed. When Peggy prepares other things, they're already blessed. They're blessed. Everything's blessed. So that's a good thing. So we take those candles and we put them in a device that we put by your throat, and we bless throats with blessed candles from the day before the presentation of the Lord in the temple. February 3rd, the next day, is the optional memorial of Saint Blaise, Bishop and Martyr, who dislodged the fishbone in that little boy's throat, and we bless people's throats through the blessed candles of yesterday. Isn't that nice to know? I think it's informative to know all these things. We use these sacramentals because blessed candles are sacramentals, right? So we do that. Now this year, because of COVID, what I did at Sunday Mass is I held the blessed candles up and I blessed everyone's throat in a collective way, universal, communal way. Now today, on the optional memorial of Saint Blaise, what I did was I extended my hands over everybody and I said the prayer of blessing of Saint Blaise, and I blessed everyone. Okay, so that's what we do for this day. So we're reminded to invoke the saints for their intercession and say, would you please help us? Whatever the patron saint is, whatever the cause is, whatever they did in their life, we ask their intercession. They walk on the journey with us. And a very important thing that we have to remember was part of my morning reflection this morning before I came over for Mass was that I thought, how can I be an instrument to dislodge anything that hurts people? How can I be an aid or of assistance to dislodge anything that offends people, hurts people, that is in the way of their holiness? And I said, Lord, thank you for allowing me to let that come into my mind, because I want to be like Saint Blaise. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not dislodging a fishbone, or maybe, but dislodging things that really get people stuck. Something stuck in their life and they can't move forward. They can't spiritually breathe, right? So that was my meditation this morning. Lord, let me be aware of those things. Let me help people. And Lord, please remove from me anything that dislodges my walking with you. Anything that's stuck, rather, not to, anything that's stuck, I shouldn't say dislodge, I should say, because that's removing it. Hello? Any, say no cue cards. Anything that's in my way that is a hindrance for me to go forward. It's stuck in my path. Whatever, sin, addiction, indifference, greed, selfishness, those things that are lodged. You, Lord, dislodge them, please, from me. Help me through the intercession of Saint Blaise to dislodge any of those things that must be removed from my life. How about that? Maybe you could do that for yourself as a prayer for today as Saint Blaise, as we celebrate Saint Blaise. Hey, listen, I had a nice time last night. I was on my Zoom. I was on Zoom. So I was the presenter of our RCIA. You know, RCIA is that those sessions we have for those who want to be Catholic and for those Catholics who want to finish up their sacraments and for those who have not been baptized or confirmed or received their first Holy Communion. So, you know, RCIA is that session for all these people. We come together and we talk, we pray, we discuss, we learn. And Deacon Don and Linda Nichols are the coordinators. You know that, right? Okay, so what they do is they get everything organized and get all the people organized and all the topics set up, what we're going to discuss for the whole year, because that has to be all planned before we even begin. And then we get catechists. You know, catechists are Catholic teachers or teachers of the faith. So Deacon Don and Linda scatter around the parish and they get about, well, I was going to say about 6, 7 teachers. And we all take several topics. So there's about 33 topics. So maybe 33 Tuesdays we meet out of the year. And all the catechists, all the teachers, maybe they take 3, 5, that's all, 5 topics. And then we know what day that we're going to be speaking. So last night was my turn. I mean, I think it's my 3rd or 4th time presenting. So, but yesterday, last night at my house, I was doing it from home. So I had my laptop on my chair, and then I was sitting on my comfortable chair by my slider, and I was presenting the topic. Last night's topic was confession and anointing of the sick. So I spoke about confession, how to make a good confession, how to examine your conscience. We talked about the 10 commandments and we went through each commandment. Then we talked about the 7 capital sins. So when you examine your conscience, you have to look at the commandments, all 10, and then you have to look at the 7 capital sins. So you make an examination of conscience. And then how to go to confession, and the purpose of confession, and why our Lord instituted confession, when he instituted confession. How did that experience happen to the apostles? All that kind of stuff we talked about last night during our session, in the RCIA session. And it was from 6:30 to 8:15, so almost 2 hours. And before we end, we always open the reading for this coming Sunday. You know, in other words, we always break open the Word. And so Deacon Don will read the Gospel for the upcoming Sunday, and then he will give us a little homilette. It's a sneak preview of what is to come. And so by 8:30, 6:30 to 8:30, we're done. But it's beautiful. But last night was all through Zoom. So it was our new normal, right? Because we had closed the campus for 2 days. I don't know if you noticed that. We sent out a notice. We closed the campus. Sometimes we'll do that and we'll say, no one's allowed on the campus. It's not ready. We have a fabulous snow removal company, you know, Hosier. They do our landscaping as well. They're wonderful. Even Father Keane made a comment at dinner last night. He goes, boy, Hosier did a great job. They always do a great job. And I said, they do. I really like them, Father Keene. I think they do a very fine job here. So I thank you, Shane Hosier, and all your friends that work for you, that make our place safe, our campus safe and clean. So that was our discussion last night. We had RCIA. Also, just wanted to bring to your attention, and thank you for some of you coming up to me. We are thinking seriously now of making sure that our church is hardwired. Right now, we are using our iPhones to bring this to you, and how we live stream Mass. We have internet in the office. You know, this is the old Glen Riddle Franciscan Convent, which used to be called the Parish House, which a few years ago we changed the name to Parish Office Center, because that's what it is. It's basically an office center upstairs and downstairs. Well, anyway, we get the internet signal from here, and then we take it and we go through the breakfast room, and then we go out the window of the breakfast room, and we go across the parking lot, and we have 3 orange cones there, and then we go into the chapel window, and we put the wire through the chapel window, through the chapel, and then into the sacristy. And then the command center is Joe Peterman. Hi, Joe, if you're listening, you usually do. Joe is behind, we call him Oz, the Wizard of Oz, because behind the vestibule door on the side, he has a little TV table, and he puts his soundboard and his headphones on, and he's sitting in between this little space. God bless you, Joe. And he sits there right by the exit door. If he pushes back, he'll be outside. So, that's the coffee pot. Coffee's done. So, we're looking into all that. So, we're talking to Comcast about getting how much will the signal be to get it hardwired over there, because we don't want the wire to go through here, the breakfast room, out there, outside, through the chapel, through the sacristy, and then to Joe. We want to make sure the church is hardwired, which we're not. The office center is, but the church is not. So we're talking to them about pricing. And then we're talking about pricing for cameras, and for the command center, and for the monitors, and for the soundboard. So we think we have a space in the church. We have a room available that will be turned into a command center. And then we had another discussion this morning about, as we move forward to our 100th anniversary, we have to look at our security cameras, especially in the chapel, and then on the property, and outside of the church, and up at the residence, and all around. So we're trying to get ready for the 100th, which is in about 5.5 years, give or take a month, which is our 100th anniversary is our actual date is September 15th, 2026. I don't know if you know that. I'll throw that out to you. I'll give you the first privilege information for those who are following this daily reflection. Our 100th anniversary, the actual date, I don't know, we're not going to celebrate on that day because we're celebrated by the closest weekend. But the actual date is September the 15th, 2026. St. Mary's Parish in historic Schwanksville, Springmount, Lower Frederick Township, whatever you want to call us. I say historic Schwanksville, will be 100 years old. Isn't that wonderful? So we're, like, as you know, we're still in our restoration project. So we're still, how about having a nice roof? Are you enjoying no leaks in your parish church? I hope you are. Your parish church is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's my parish church too. Even though I'm the pastor, I still It's still my parish church, as well as it's our shared home. Don't we say that? It's our shared home, our shared spiritual home. So yeah, we're looking forward to looking into the, we need to move the internet signal into the church. We can't be putting wires from here over there into the chapel, into the sacristy. We have to get that all hooked up. And then we need cameras for live streaming, right? Masses, funeral masses, Sunday masses, wedding masses, first communions, confirmations, all these things, so that we could have the camera set up. We don't need to have all these iPhones on tripods around. So, and then we take a room in the church and we make that a command center where there will be screens and monitors, so that Joe can have almost like a internet office in the church where he has the headphones on and he knows what's happening there. So I'm just asking you, if you're interested in that, please help us. I really would appreciate your help, because it's a project that we want to do. And if you're benefiting from it and you enjoy these reflections and you enjoy Mass being live streamed, and I don't know, funeral masses being live streamed, wedding masses being live streamed, baptisms being live streamed, confirmations, all that kind of daily Mass, well, maybe you could help us. And so I just ask your kindness. You could definitely speak to me, Susan Rodzowitz, or Mary Beth O'Connor. We're all here, and we all know about the importance of this. So I just want to put that out. In addition, we'll probably be looking at possibly security cameras as well around the campus, because I think that's important. It is 2021, and we have to be responsible. We have to be good stewards of our property. We have 23 acres. Isn't that a lot? 6 buildings. When I became the pastor of this parish, I'm the 8th pastor, right? I'm just so proud to be the pastor here. It's a great honor when the Archbishop gave me this responsibility of shepherding this parish. I thought, wow. Then when I was told it was 23 acres and 6 buildings, I thought, oh my gosh. I said, how beautiful this is. And also 2 ponds. I don't know if you know, we have 2 ponds. We have a pond, which we call the lower pond, which you probably see right adjacent to the Pietà statue, right? And then there's another pond behind it called the upper pond. And so we have just cleaned out some of the debris around that, and it's filling up with water, and it's very nice. So we have 2 ponds. So I'm sure you're proud of your parish. 23 acres, 6 buildings, and 2 ponds. It's nice. I don't know. I love it. I think it's something we could all be proud of. I mean, that we belong to this gem here in Schwenksville, in what we call St. Mary, our home, and how beautiful this is. We even have our own parish school. You know, our school is not a regional school. It's a parish school, which means it's us, St. Mary's School. So isn't this beautiful? Well, I just tell you all this stuff besides my reflection, because I think it's good that everyone knows. Because when you belong to something, you want to say, yeah, I know about our place. What do you want to know about it? And you're proud for it, a healthy pride, not a sinful pride, a healthy pride to say yeah, this is great. This is great stuff. So thank you very much. And I also wanted to thank you for the Lucky Lottery Derby, your numbers. If you could call Sandy, maybe today. And if you want to sponsor something, go on our website. Susan, is the website still open?
Yeah.
Okay, and they could sponsor an item?
They can.
Wonderful.
We're
Thank
short
you.
a couple electronic items.
We are short. Okay, you heard her. See, she's right behind the camera. We're short a couple electronic items that we have to get really sponsored. Thank you, Susan. I don't have a cue. Susan, you have to give me cue cards. Thank you. She's doing this. You can't see her, but we need a few more numbers. So what it is we have 1,000 numbers, 000 to 999. So we have all those numbers that have to be purchased, I guess you could say that word. And it's $40 for a 3-digit number. From Mardi Gras, which is the day before Ash Wednesday. Mardi Gras is February 16th, I believe, this year, all the way to December 31st. That's nice for a daily number for $40, all those days. And then you find out what you win on our calendar, whether cash, merchandise, or gift card. So we need a couple more items sold. I think probably the merchandise. And a couple more numbers sold, and then we'll be great. So would you do that and help us out? This is our winter fundraiser for the parish. Yeah, we have something in the fall. Remember Oktoberfest? Wasn't that nice? I liked it. So thank you, Susan, for doing that. We have the Lucky Lottery Derby in the winter. So thank you, Susan, and all your little elves. And then in the spring, we'll have something. And I think we'll enjoy that as well. It just brings us together. And thank you for the annual appeal that we're working toward to reaching our goal and many other things. That's why the place is such a beautiful place. It's wrapped in love and people who care so much about this place. It's our shared home, okay? Well, that's enough commercials for now. And please enjoy this day of Saint Blaise. May God dislodge anything from your life that is not supposed to be there. And may you be an instrument to dislodge anything from another person's life that you possibly can to help them in their life that shouldn't be there. Saint Blaise, dislodge that little fishbone from that little boy's throat, and he was a blessing to that family and to that town. May the light of Christ burn brightly in your heart that you may do the same for other people. God bless you.